Hi guys, Nicolette here with City of Lakewood and welcome to Mat Pilates. No equipment is needed for this. All you need is some soft surface to lay down on. So you can use your carpet, you can use a beach towel or a yoga mat. This is an all levels class, so each exercise will be modified. So choose a modification that fits your level. Let's get started. So turn to the side. You want your knees bent. Feet right at about hip width, belly is scooped in and up, do a nice shoulder roll back and down. Bring your arms up, palms down, take a deep inhale, and on your exhale, engage your core and smoothly make your way to your back. Once you're down, let your arms rest by your sides. Bring your feet in so they're about hip width apart. You want a neutral pelvis, so you want your tailbone and sacrum to be grounded into the mat. Your low back will fall into its natural curve, so it's okay if there's space between your low back and the floor. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. So to make that spine long, tuck your chin slightly, do a nice shoulder roll, reach your fingertips down to your heels, and let your arms melt by your sides. We'll do just a little warm up here, so we're going to start with the breath. Take deep inhales. You want to feel your rib cage expand in all directions. And on your exhales, let all the air out. So as you inhale, feel your rib cage rise, expand out to the sides, and press into that mat. And as you exhale, let all the air out. You want your body to relax. Use this breath to release any tension you might be holding. We'll take 2 more breaths here. 1 more deep breath. And then after this last exhale, I want you to go ahead and place your hands on your low belly. You want your hands to rest in between your 2 hip bones and right above your pubic bone. So they're resting right over your transverse abdominis. In Pilates, we really want to focus on our deep core. So I will be calling it the powerhouse. To engage your powerhouse, you engage your pelvic floor and you pull your belly button to your spine to activate those deep transverse abdominis muscles. So we're going to do a few breaths, make sure those muscles are turning on. So take a deep inhale, you still expand your rib cage in all directions. Now as you exhale, engage your pelvic floor, pull your belly button to your spine, and hopefully you feel your transverse abdominis muscles activate underneath your fingertips. So let's inhale, expand rib cage. Exhale, engage powerhouse. If you can't feel it, that's okay. As we move along or when I cue the powerhouse, just think you're pulling your belly button into your spine instead of letting your belly poof out to the sky. So we're trying to get the deep abdominal muscles working. Let's try 2 more breaths here. Really engage, tuck the belly in as you let all the air out. And 1 more full inhale and exhale. All right, bring your arms by your sides. Bring your legs together. So we're going to engage the powerhouse. 1 at a time, lift your legs up to a tabletop. So you want your knees directly over hips, shins parallel to the floor. Belly is tucked in, so that powerhouse is engaged. If your neck is good, you will come up to a C curve. So you engage your upper abdominals to lift your head, neck, and shoulder blades off of the floor. If you have any neck pain, do keep your head on the floor. But if you can, come up to the C curve. Arms are by your sides. Now let them lift a couple inches off the floor, and we're going to start with 100. So you want to inhale, pulse your arms up and down 5 times. Exhale, pulse up and down 5 times. These are nice, strong pulses. So to increase the challenge level, you'll first start by straightening your legs to the sky. And then if you want more of a challenge, you'll start to lower your legs to an angle. So find your working level and continue to pulse. Really strong inhales, 5 pulses. Strong exhales, 5 pulses. You want to hear your breath. If you're in that C curve, you can look down at your belly. Make sure it's staying tucked in. Remember, we're engaging the powerhouse. We have 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then after your last exhale, lower your head, pull your knees into your chest, and take a deep breath here. Moving into the roll up, straighten your legs. I'll do the full version first, and then we'll show modifications down. Zip up those thighs, arms to the sky, or you can do overhead. We start with a C curve on the inhale, upper abs, exhale, powerhouse to come the rest of the way up. So inhale, head, neck, and shoulders come up. Exhale, tuck the belly, roll all the way up to seated. Do a big reach over your toes. Take an inhale here. Sit tall, pull the belly, exhale. One vertebrae at a time, all the way back to the mat, arms overhead. So one more time like that. Inhale, upper abs, exhale, lower abs, bring you back up. So if that modification is good for you, go ahead and continue that. If you find you use a little too much momentum to come up, or your legs lift up, or you just can't come up, I want you to come up to seated, arms up parallel to the floor. Take a deep inhale here, pull your belly button in, and then start to come down until you feel that powerhouse release. So you should feel your belly kind of poof out. And then you will lift back up to seated. So that's your modification. Okay, so belly tucked, smooth down, and then smooth back up. All right, so if you're doing full version, remember, it still is one vertebrae at a time up. Try and work through that sticky point. Keep that belly pulled in. Big reach. Breath stays smooth throughout. Good, and then we'll do one more full one, or one more modified one. And then we'll all meet on our backs. Bring your arms back by your sides. Shoulders back and down. Engage that core. Now lift your right leg straight to the sky. Anchor your left leg to the floor. We'll do some leg circles. Bring your leg across your body. Sweep it down to the outside and up. Inhale across and down. Exhale out and up. You want to keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. And you want to keep your pelvis grounded. So if you notice that you're really moving those hips a lot, you can try bending the left knee, or just make smaller circles. You can keep that toe pointed to the sky, tracing circles on the ceiling. One more here, and now let's reverse. Bring that leg to the outside, sweep it down, cross your body and come up. Inhale out and down, exhale, across and up. Again, modified, you can bend that left knee slightly, or just trace small circles on the ceiling. And two more this way. One more. And then gently lower that right leg to the floor. Keeping that powerhouse engaged, lift your left leg to the sky, lengthen it out. Inhale, bring it across your body, sweep it down to the outside and up. Inhale across and down, exhale out and up. So nice and smooth. Make sure you avoid any popping in that hip as well. So if you notice your hip pops, like mine sometimes does, if you externally rotate, hopefully that pop goes away. Let's go ahead and reverse direction. Either way, you should really feel this movement right from that hip joint. And we have two left on this side. One more here. All right, now I want you to bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, take a deep breath. Engaging your core, roll yourself up to seated. Straighten your legs, you want them in a V. I like my heels to be at the corner of the mat, toes to the sky. Belly scoops in and up, so if you feel your belly scoop in and up, that will lift your rib cage, keeping you nice and tall. Gazes forward, shoulders back and down. Arms up parallel to the floor. So you want to imagine that your hands are resting on a box. This is a low spine stretch. So we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, think press from the low back, reach forward. Let those hands slide across the table. Inhale, stack that spine nice and tall back up all the way through the crown of the head. Exhale, reach. And then inhale, lift. If you have really tight hamstrings, like I do, you can always bend your knees on this one. so you get more into that lower back. So if you really feel backs of legs, I want you to bend knees. The idea is to get that nice stretch through that lower spine. Keep those arms parallel to the floor. We have 2 more of these. Nice and tall. 1 more here. Big reach. And then sit nice and tall. Keep your heels where they are. Tee your arms to the sides. Palms forward for saw. On your inhale, twist to the right. So full twist. And then exhale, saw that pinky over your opposite pinky toe for a count of 1, 2, 3. Then inhale, lift. Twist all the way to the back. And then exhale, saw for 1, 2, and 3. Continue this motion. You want 3 counts to get as deep into that stretch as you can and to really wring out those lungs. For an even deeper stretch, you can bring that ear down to the opposite knee and gaze at that back hand. Make sure you sit nice and tall in between. Okay, let's do 1 more each direction. Nice big stretch. Belly stays tucked in the whole way through. All right, when you're even, let's meet back at center. Bring your legs in front. And I want you to scoot, if you're on a mat, just a little bit forward into the ab series. So you want to bend your right knee. You get your left hand to right knee, right hand to right ankle. Elbows nice and wide, tuck the belly. We're going to roll to the C curve, so only tips of shoulder blades touch. And I want your left leg now to hover above the floor. Keep those elbows wide. Belly is nice and tight. Now on your inhale, switch sides. Exhale, switch. These are a little quicker breaths. So it's inhale, exhale. You do alternate those arms. So think same side always grabs ankle. Opposite hand always grabs knee. Lengthen out those legs. To make this easier, your legs will go more to the sky. To make it harder, your legs go lower towards the floor. So find the level that is challenging for your core. 2 more each way. And 1 more here. Now we'll do both legs. So pull both legs in, grab your ankles, keep those legs together. Inhale, press both legs away from you, arms overhead. Exhale, pull your knees in, circle arms around into that tight ball. Inhale, extend arms, extend legs. Exhale, circle and pull. So through this series, I want you to also pay attention to your neck. If you feel any strain, lower your head. If you want, you can take a break for just a couple breaths and then rise back up, or you can keep your head down the whole way through. 2 more of these. Really extend through fingertips, extend through toes. Last one. Now both legs straight to the sky, or straight as you can get them. Grab your right leg, lower left leg to the floor. And on your inhale, switch. Grab left, lower right. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. So you can keep your legs as straight as you can. It is okay if you notice my legs don't stay straight up, that's fine. Just get them as straight as you can. Give them a nice little pull. Feel that hamstring. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now I want you to bring both legs to the sky, zip them up, anchor pelvis. Hands now behind the head, elbows wide. Now we're going to lower both legs for a count of 1, 2, 3. Exhale, lift in 1 count. Inhale, lower, lower, lower. Exhale, lift. Lengthen through those legs. Keep your pelvis grounded. So you want to make sure when you come up that your tailbone stays down. So even though it's a 1 count up, it's a smooth 1 count. It's not too fast. We have just 2 more of these. And 1 more, lower. And lift. Keep your hands behind the head. Lower left leg to hover, bend right knee in. Bring your left elbow to right knee. And then inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale. Your elbows stay wide. So if you're looking straight, they're just to the edge of your periphery. Pelvis is anchored. And remember, the higher your legs are to the sky, the easier it is. The lower to the floor, the harder it is. Keep Keep it up. We still have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Come to center, lower head, knees in. Nice deep breath. All right. Extend your legs long and roll over onto your belly. So you want your forehead on the mat. Palms will be underneath your shoulders. Shoulder blades pulled back and down and elbows in. Imagine you're holding a grapefruit from your chin to your chest. So your chin stays nice and tucked. Belly is tucked in. Anchor your legs into the floor. On your inhale, you're just going to peel your chest up. You can press your palms in to come a little higher. Lengthen, exhale, lower back down. Inhale, peel up. Use that low back. Exhale, lower back down. Just 2 more of these. Keep that chin tucked. And lower. 1 more lift. And lower. Okay, from here, come up onto your side. So I like to align with the back of my mat, imagining it's a wall. So you want your elbow, your shoulders, and your hips stacked up against that wall. Top hand in front for support. Make sure your gaze stays forward. If you can, avoid looking at your feet so our neck stays aligned with the rest of the spine. Feet are stacked. Bring them slightly forward to the front corner of your mat. Anchor the bottom leg in, belly's tucked. Lift your top leg so it's right at hip width, and then I want you to reach through that heel. So we're trying to create some space between rib and hip, both up top and below. So our pelvis, again, is back to neutral. Point your toe, kick that top leg forward, flex foot, kick back. Inhale, kick forward. Exhale, reach it back. So you want to keep your hips stacked throughout. The only movement is that top leg, coming right from the hip, keeping your deep abdominals engaged. Nice and smooth. If you want more of a challenge, you can add a pulse to each direction. So pulse, 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 pulse. But if you do that, make sure your upper body does not move with it. So nice and smooth. We have 2 more here. And 1 more big long kick. Exhale back. Now bring that leg back to hip width. Slight external rotation, so that means your knee and your toe point to the sky. Do a nice toe point. Inhale, lift that leg up. Flex your foot and lower back just to hip width. Point toe, inhale up. Exhale, flex and lower. Hips stay stacked, so even though we're externally rotated, you want to keep those hips nice and stacked on top of each other. When you lower your leg, only come back to hip width. And think it's 1 count up, 3 counts down, so it's a nice resist. And let's do 2 more of these. Lift and smoothly lower. Last one, lift and lower back down. Bring your hip to neutral first, make sure your hip width. Now do a slight internal rotation. So that means your knee and your toe point towards the floor. Bring your top foot in front, tap the floor 2 times, and then bring it back, tap 2 times. Inhale, forward tap. Exhale, back tap. The trick on this one is to keep those hips stacked to make sure the hip doesn't wander too far forward or too far back. Just 2 more. And last one here. And then we'll bring that leg back to center. Hip is neutral. Point the toe. We have 5 circles each way, so lengthen. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift that leg to the sky. Bend your knee. You'll grab your foot to rest in front. Take your bottom leg and tuck it back so it's nice and straight with the rest of your body. Working that inner thigh. Inhale, you'll lift your leg up. And then exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, resist down. Try to let it just hover instead of touching that floor. Really lift, feel that inner thigh work, and lower. 3, and 2, a little bit higher. 1 more here, lift, and lower. Now let's do 4 circles each way here. 4, 3, 2, 1, reverse. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lift that leg up as high as you can. Release your top leg, heels together. Keep your legs lifted, roll to your belly. Stack your palms, and you will let your forehead rest on your palms. Lift those legs, engage your glutes, and we'll start clicking those heels together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now try and get those thighs even higher. Really feel those glutes engaged. And 10 more beats. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lower your feet to the floor. Hands underneath shoulders. Lift yourself up and make your way to the other side. So once again, elbow, shoulder, hip, nice straight line, shoulders stacked and hips stacked. Top hand in front, feet stacked to a slight angle. Press your bottom leg into the floor, keep that belly scooped, top leg to hip width and lengthen it out. Get that space between rib and hip. Point toe kick forward, flex kick back. Inhale, reach forward, exhale, flex back. Staying at hip width throughout, gaze stays forward. Make sure the bottom leg stays grounded into the mat as well. Just 2 more of these, nice and long. And 1 more. All right, let's meet back at hip width. Slight external rotation, point the toe, inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, slowly lower just to hip width. Inhale, lift. Flex, lengthen, exhale, lower. Again, hips stay stacked. Nice and long, reach through the heel, resist as you lower down. So hopefully you feel your glutes working. We have 2 more of these. And 1 more here with control. Come all the way back to hip width. Now slightly internally rotate. Bring your top foot in front, tap 2 times. And back tap 2 times. Inhale, tap. Exhale, back tap. Keep those hips nice and stacked. Don't let them wander too much. Last 3. And 2. 1. All right, back to neutral. Point toe, 5 circles each way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the leg to the sky. Bend your knee, grab your foot, resting in front. Tucking bottom leg back. Working inner thigh. Inhale, lift to the sky. Exhale, resist down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, resist. Try and avoid touching that floor so you have control the whole way down. Really working that inner thigh as high as you can get it. Last 2. And 1. Come back down, let it hover. 4 circles each way here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that leg, release top leg. Come to your belly. Palms underneath your shoulders. Shoulder blades pulled back and down. Elbows tight. Belly scooped in and up. Zip up your thighs so heels come together. Curl those toes under and press through those heels so knees come off of the floor. We're coming up to a plank. So if you need to, you can always do knees or elbows. But if you can, back to that position, lengthen, and then in one motion, press yourself up to a plank. Keep those thighs zipped up nice and tight. Lengthen through the crown of your head, belly tucked in. I'm going to hold for 3 deep breaths. So really expand ribcage, deep inhale, and exhale. 2 more breaths, you can do it. 1 more. All right, and then after your last exhale, lower knees to the floor and turn to face the front. Lower to one hip, heels come in. If your knees bug you, you can always put legs in front to do this one. But if you can, heels in for mermaid. So grab your ankles, bring your opposite arm to the sky, relax that shoulder. Do a big stretch over your feet. And then come up, tee the arms, sweep to the floor and stretch, lifting the opposite rib cage. Gently rise, grab those ankles, lift up and over, big stretch, deep breaths, and then lift, T-arm sweep, and stretch here. Rise up one more, and lift, sweep and stretch, and then rise this time. Grab your ankles, bring your hand behind your head, twist and lower, elbow to heel, exhaling everything out. And then rise up, place your hands behind your hips, and let your legs come out and over to the other side. Grabbing those ankles, opposite arm up, relax that shoulder, big stretch over. And then tee the arm, sweep to the floor and stretch, lifting that top rib cage. Gently rise, grab those ankles up and over here. And lift, T-arm, sweep and stretch. And rise one more. Tee the arm, sweep to the floor and stretch over. Gently rise, grab those ankles, hand behind the head, twist and lower elbow to heel. Exhale all the air out. And then gently rise, unravel your legs, and you are done. Thank you so much for joining us today.